반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
대박! 오늘 회사 고객 게시판에 올라온 글이라는데 성형 짤인데? 이게 그렇게 심각한 일이야? 당연하지. 너네 입국 닫아. 절대 강지 성모한테 먼저 말하면 안 돼.
Baekjeon was sitting in the living room when she noticed her husband's phone buzzing on the table. It wasn't a usual notification. This was a call and it was coming from an unknown number. Her curiosity piqued. She picked up Ji Sung-dun's phone and saw the message displayed on the screen. "Oppa, it's me. Pick up the phone." A small frown crossed her face as she read Oppa. Who could this be? She wondered. Just then, Ji Sung-dun emerged from the bathroom, his casual, easygoing demeanor not matching the tension that was starting to build inside him. Reacting quickly, Baekjeon placed his phone back on the table, her movements quick and deliberate, as though she hadn't just read the message. She didn't want him to suspect anything. It was a small act, but at that moment, a seed of doubt had already been planted in her mind. Elsewhere, an international phone call was ringing. The voice on the other end, sharp and urgent, was that of Lee Jong-ye, No Yeri's caregiver. She quickly got to the point, not sparing any pleasantries. "Is this Cha Tae-wong's phone? I'm Lee Jong-ye, No Yeri's caregiver. Your mother is in critical condition. She will soon die." The words hit like a punch to the gut, but their weight was lost on the distracted Tae-wong, who was far more focused on something else. Meanwhile, Baekjeon's suspicion continued to worry her. With her husband out of sight, she made her way to Ji Sung-dun's car, her fingers almost trembling as she searched for the dashcam footage. "If something is going on, I'll find it," she thought, her mind clouded with jealousy and frustration. The camera recorded everything, every moment of Ji Sung-dun's daily life, and it was there, in those clips, that she hoped to uncover some sign of betrayal. She didn't have to wait long. As she scrolled through the footage, a particular scene caught her attention. Ji Sung-dun carefully packing a straw into a Ziploc bag. The meticulous nature of the act seemed odd, and for a moment it struck a memory deep within her. When did this happen? She thought, her mind racing through past events, trying to make sense of it all. Determined, she watched the next set of videos, her breath catching in her chest as she uncovered the truth. The man she had married, the one she thought she knew so well, was connected to Cha Tae-wong, not just in some vague way but as father and son. The realization hit her like a ton of bricks. How could he hide this from me? Her heart raced as she tried to process the shock. She felt betrayed, furious, and broken all at once. Without another moment of hesitation, she stormed out of the house, heading straight for Ji Sung-dun's office. Upon entering, her anger flared. "This is a company," Ji Sung-dun started to say, clearly startled by her unexpected arrival. But he didn't get the chance to finish his sentence. Before he could defend himself, Baekjeon slapped him hard across the face. The sound of the slap echoed in the quiet office. "Do you have a son I don't know about?" she demanded, her voice shaking with emotion. Ji Sung-dun's eyes flickered with something, surprise, guilt, or maybe a mix of both, before he answered her question with a simple resigned yes. "Yes?" Baekjeon repeated, unable to believe what she was hearing. Her voice was thick with disbelief. How could he keep something like this from me? Meanwhile, another confrontation was unfolding. Bong-hee, who had uncovered a shocking truth of her own, was heading to the same office. Her heart pounded with a mixture of worry and hurt. She had just learned the truth about Ji Sung-dun's role in Tae-wong's life, and she couldn't let him get away with it. "Bong-hee?" Ji Sung-dun murmured, a flash of panic in his eyes. But before he could say anything further, Baekjeon turned to him, her face twisting with anger. "Bong-hee, is Cha Tae-wong the son you had with her?" she demanded, her voice sharp. Bong-hee's eyes narrowed, and without a word, she slapped Ji Sung-dun with all the force she could master. The sound of the strike cutting through the tension in the room like a knife. "Who do you think you are?" Baekjeon spat at her, still reeling from the shock of the revelations. But Bong-hee wasn't done. Her voice shook with years of pain and anger as she confronted Ji Sung-dun. "My Tae-wong, did you and No Yeri abandon him? Did you leave him at an orphanage right after he was born? Did you?" She She asked each question dripping with a mix of accusation and hurt. Her eyes were wild, desperate for answers. "Answer me," she demanded, her voice cracking under the weight of the years of unanswered questions. The truth of the situation had been revealed, and with it came the realization that Ji Sung-dan's action had deeply scared more than one life. The truth was not just painful, it was life-altering. Later, in another part of the story, a conversation unfolded between Kang-ju and Bong-hee. Kang-ju, seemingly indifferent to the gravity of the situation, told Bong-hee he's not one to pity, you just don't know any better. Bong-hee, no longer able to contain her fury, stormed off, questioning the landlady about the ownership of their house and the dry cleaners. Her suspicions were confirmed when Grandma Gil Rye, in her usual no-nonsense manner, demanded to see a certified copy of the register. The truth was undeniable. The owner of the house they were renting was none other than Cha Tae-woong. That's all for today, guys. Thank you all for watching.
'Cause you are beautiful.